What I was keeping in my lockup is no longer of any concern to anyone. It has been taken by the will of Allah.
Actually, it was taken by somebody using white spirit and a match. And that's a crime, Mr. Kazir.
But there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm sorry.
Right, well, we'll be in touch. Thank you. This is getting us nowhere fast. Where's Stuart?
Said he had to check something out. Arahant's alibi to check out. He was at the Tasker Street Mosque from 6 until 7:30 this morning.
Right. Grace, where are we with the garden centre CCTV?
Uniform are checking it as we speak.
Okay.
I get the feeling that Arahant is protecting someone. He knows more than he's saying.
Yeah, but what? And why would he protect someone who beats him up or burns his property?
Or both.
Meet the real Arahant Kazir. Come.
I thought your background check came up blank.
Yeah, well, I was looking in the wrong place, because Arahant Kazir is the name that he chose for himself 3 years ago when he converted to Islam. But I checked out his details on Crimin, and with the DVLA, Arahant Kazir used to be known as...
Kojo Leo.
Yeah, Kojo Leo's got a sheet as long as a toilet roll.
Yeah. Assault, armed robbery.
Yeah, drugs trafficking too. I ran a check on that garden centre as well. Complete basket case, completely in debt, has been for years, even before he got it from his father-in-law.
Why would Arahant want to buy a failing business, even if it was cheap?
Maybe the business is a front. Maybe there's more in those bags than garden fertiliser.
What about the assault and arson? Are the competition unhappy about the new boy on the block?
No, this doesn't make sense. Arahant is a strict Muslim. Whatever he was before, dealing is forbidden.
Well, maybe the religion's a front too. Anyway, it's not unknown for the happy clappies to dabble in the drugs trade. Look at the Provos in Northern Ireland. Look at the Taliban, for that matter.
It's a theory, but where's the evidence?
Well, when Kezia and I went to pick up Sammy, she and her dad were having a pretty big row. And when we told her that her husband had been attacked, she didn't seem too shocked about that. Now, I think this family either knows something or they suspect something's going on. Now, I want to bring Rashid in. I want to lean on him and see if he coughs up something interesting.
Okay. Let's go for it.
So, Mr. Akhtar, you sold the garden centre to Arahant 6 months ago. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was Mr. Kazir aware then that the business had significant debts?
I warned him, yes. But he insisted that he wanted his own business.
Well, why would he take on a failing business?
What do you know about Arahant's life? I mean, before he met Sammy.
I know he was in prison. And I got worried when Sammy told me this. But she assured me that he is a different person.
What do you think?
Sammy doesn't care what I think anymore.
So, Mr. Akhtar, we found a substantial amount of Islamic literature and DVDs at Arahant's home this morning. What can you tell us about those? It's quite a collection.
That they belong to Arahant.
Okay, Mr. Akhtar, do you know any of Arahant's friends or business associates?
Not personally. But I know of them.
What do you know of them?
They are hard men. Dangerous.
Why were you fighting with your daughter earlier, Mr. Akhtar? She in some sort of trouble?
She's not trouble. It's his fault. She needs to be protected.
Protected from what, exactly?
His fundamentalism. There's no middle way with these people.
His fundamentalism?
Of course. I mean, all those books, those videos you saw, and hours on that computer planning God knows what, ordering more fertilizer than we need. Does he think I'm stupid?
You're talking about the fertilizer at the lockup, right?
He changed the brand to pure chemical.
What's he planning to do with them? Mr. Akhtar, are you saying Arahant's a terrorist?
I just want to protect my daughter.
He's made a direct allegation that Arahant Kazir is involved in terrorist activity. Anything specific?
Well, not as such, sir. He implied that the fertilizer stored at the lockup was intended for the purpose of making bombs.
Fertilizer's also chemical-based, sir, and there was diesel fuel found on site as well. Mixed together, these can make some pretty potent explosives.
On the other hand, they are both substances you would expect to find as part of the day-to-day running of a garden centre.
Neil?
Well, either way, sir, it doesn't affect the job in hand. We've still got a suspected arson and an assault case to solve.
So you're not going to bring Arahant in?
On what grounds?
On the grounds there's a potential imminent terrorist threat, Gov.
We don't know that for certain, and even if we did, we're not going to be stupid enough to let him know what we suspect.
If he's building bombs, he's got to suspect that the net's closing in on him after the fire at the lockup. Now, sir, what if he panics and does something now?
Neil's right. It is our call. I'll get onto the counter-terrorist unit, see what they have to say. In the meantime, we act as normal. We find out who set that fire and what connection it's got to the assault on Mr. Kazir.
Gov, I've got the CCTV footage from the garden centre. Looks like Mr. Kazir's been telling porkies.
Well, either Arahan's injuries have caused temporary amnesia, or he's flat out lying about not knowing his attacker.
Arahan must have known that we were going to see this footage.
What did he stand to gain by not telling us who these two were from the start? Why wait for us to work it out?
Well, maybe he's buying time. Gov, look what he's wearing.
Dark clothing and a hooded top. We need to know who this guy is and what's his connection with Arahan. Run this through the custody imaging system and see if we can get a match. Grace, let's go and see what Mr. Kazir's got to say for himself.
He's gone.
You don't say.
Apparently there was shouting between him and his wife, and then he just took off.
This gets better and better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hang on. This was taken just round the corner from where the DC had his crash.
Traffic's in this?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I haven't got to tell you how bad this looks.
You better stall them then, Smithy. You know, I mean, we've already got evidence that there was someone else there.
Well, then you need to find them and get them to make a statement, because I tell you something, that photograph, that is all traffic need to proceed.
Again on. Here you go.
Well, the MOD have confirmed that the army number we found on those dog tags belongs to this guy, Craig Waterman. Dishonorably discharged from the army for drinking and striking a senior officer.
Well, that sounds promising, doesn't it?
Well, even better. His name's all over crimmins.
What's he got? Burglary, GBH, possession with intent to supply, armed robbery. Is there anything he's not been done for since he left the army?
Well, more importantly, what's he doing wandering around suburbia in a uniform? Right, last known address. 64 Colby Street. Right, let's pay Soldier Boy a visit. What's that?
Oh, nothing. Paperwork. Craig Waterman, number 64. This is it. Anything?
No.
Hey! It's your game!
All right. Police.
What can I do for you?
We're looking for Craig Waterman.
What's he done now?
So he does live here, then?
Not anymore. I'm his uncle.
Do you mind stepping inside for a quick chat?
Yeah. Come round the front.
So you're in the forces too?
Falklands, 2 tours of Northern Ireland being the highlights. What's this about? What? Those are Craigs. How'd you get them?
We found him at the scene of an accident that we thought Craig might have been involved in. We just need to talk to him about it.
Why? Would he be in any trouble?
No, but it's very important to me that he makes a statement about what he saw.
I don't want to get the boy in any more bother.
We've got this as his last known address. Do you know where he's living now?
Yeah, he's got somewhere in Mobley Street.
He fell out?
I got fed up. When he was here, in bed all day, off his face. No life for a man. No life at all. Always in trouble with you lot. And after the last time, well, he wasn't living here. That's for sure.
Right, well, thanks for your time.
What is it with kids these days? They never see things through. Got to see the mission out. That's what it's all about.
So,
Craig Waterman, I'm DCI Meadows from Sunhill. We need to talk.
What is it? I'm busy.
Do you recognise these? You should do. It's got your army number and your name on.